Welcome to the discussion video on accounting for special transactions. The first module of this is the partnership formation. So in partnership formation, we account for the contributed capital of the partners at the onset of the formation of the partnership. So at this time, we look at magkano ang kinontribute ni partner A, partner B, or partner C. So, if we look at this topic, this is essentially a review of the concepts of the partnership and the corporation accounting, which has been taught to you in the lower years. However, in the CPA board examination, partnership and corporation accounting has been a must. So, laging merong mga questions related to partnership. Kung sinong mga partner ang nag-contribute, of what amount, sinong partner ang dapat mag-add ng investments or dapat mag-withdraw to be able to equate or to equalize the profit and loss sharing ratio. So, mga ganong questions um, ang normally lumalabas in the CPA board exam. So, the first module will be an introduction or we establish yung knowledge that we have formed in partnership formation. So, but we will be dealing more of how do we compute for the net contribution, how do we compare the contribution versus the profit and loss sharing agreement between the partners. So, let us first have a backgrounder on what partnership is. So at the end of the discussion, we will be able to differentiate between accounting for partnerships, for sole proprietorships, and corporations. We state the valuation of contributions of partners. We account for initial investments of the partners to the partnership kung magkano ang kanilang initial contributions. State the peculiar accounts o yung mga unique accounts na ginagamit lang sa partnership and identify the transactions that affect these accounts. So as a background, their partnership, we know that it is an unincorporated association of two or more individuals to carry on as co-owners a business with the intention of dividing the profits among themselves. So, ang definition of partnership has been introduced to you so many times in your business law subjects, in your partnership and corporation accounting. So, any association which is unincorporated, association of two or more individuals which is not incorporated is considered as a partnership with the intention of dividing the profits among themselves, because we can differentiate a partnership between a partnership and a joint venture later on. So let us look kung papaano ba yan. So a partnership is owned by two or more individuals, while ito yung difference naman ng partnership with other forms of organization. So a sole proprietorship is only owned by only one individual. A partnership is created by agreement between the partners, while a corporation or cooperative is created by operation of law. Kasi nga, di ba, when we look at partnership, it is consensual as long as there is meeting of the minds between two or more individuals, nagke-create na yung agreement nila, yung partnership. A partnership is formed for a business undertaking that is normally of continuing nature, while a joint venture may be formed for a limited purpose and ends when its goals are achieved. So, kinumpare naman dito yung partnership with a joint venture. Okay. So, let us characterize a partnership. One is, there is ease of formation as compared to corporations, because corporations have more legal documents needed before registering or before incorporating a company. So, since ang partnership is not incorporated as compared to corporation, it is more easier to form. Next, it has a separate legal personality. Just like a corporation, it has a juridical personality. So, yung Yung may-ari, yung the business entity concepts uh, applies here because yung kung sino yung may-ari, yung mga partners, they are separate personalities to the partnership. Next, the mutual agency. Partners are agents of the partnership. When we say mutual agency, any acts of the partners may be construed as acts of the partnership. Uh, Hence, kung ano man yung mga acts ng partner, it may legally bind the partnership to a contract or agreement that is in line with the partnership's operations. So kung makikitransact ang isang outsider to a partner, it is, we assume that uh, it legally binds the partnership because of the concept of mutual agency. So pwedeng mag-act as agents ang bawat partner in respect to their to them being partners of the partnership. Next, co-ownership of property. So anything that is contributed to the partnership is co-owned by its partners. Same is true with the profits. Anything that is generated by the partnership entitles all the partners to a share on those profit. Kaya co-ownership of profits. According to the Civil Code, a stipulation which excludes or one or more partners from any share in the profits or losses is void. So kung matatandaan mo ang iyong business law concept, any although kahit na yan ay naka-stipulate pa sa contract or sa agreement, it is void. You cannot stipulate that one or more partners uh, cannot share in the profit and loss of the partnership because essentially the definition of a partnership is the 'di ba yung part ng definition ng partnership is the division of profits with the intention of dividing the profits among themselves. So kung i-exclude mo yung isang partner or yung a number of persons, a number of partners in the partnership, hindi na natin mako-comply yung isa sa mga requirement before you can call it as a partnership. So the stipulation that prohibits one or more partners from receiving profits or incurring losses in the partnership is void. Next, limited life. The concept of limited life, ang sinasabi dito is a partnership can be dissolved by a factors which we will be discussing on the next slide. Unlike a corporation, yung life of a partnership is limited. So later we will deal more on that. Next, the transfer of ownership. It requires the approval of the partners. Anong sinasabing ownership dito? For example, the uh, partner A dies. Anong mangyayari sa kanyang ownership? Pwede ba niyang i-transfer sa anak niya? We will discuss this more. But as a general rule, it will require the approval of the partners. It's not it cannot be automatically transferred. It should require the approval or the consensus of all the partners. So, for example, in case of dissolution, the transfer of ownership, whether to a new or existing partner, requires the approval of the remaining partners. So, yun ang rule natin on transfer of ownership. Unlimited liability. Anong sinasabi under the unlimited liability? Each partner, including the industrial partners, may be held personally liable for the partnership debt after all the partnership assets have been exhausted. So, mayroong characteristics ang partnership na the liabilities can extend up to your personal properties. Okay. the limited life. Let us discuss this. A partnership is easily dissolved since a partnership is requires the meeting of the minds, and a partnership is consensual. It can be easily dissolved by the express will of any partner. So kung hindi nagkasundo, it can be easily dissolved. Next, the termination of a definite term is stipulated in the contract. For example, naka-specify na the partnership shall last for 5 years. Then the happening of the event will make the partnership dissolved. C. By any event which makes it unlawful to carry out the partnership. D. When a specific thing which a partner had promised to contribute to the partnership perishes before the delivery. It has been discussed on your business law. So kung merong mga bagay na ipinramis na i-contribute, for example, a specific thing, then yan ay nawala, or uh, there are conditions na nangyari before the delivery, then hindi na mako-comply yung promise na yun, the partnership can be dissolved. So you can look at it at Article 1830, Paragraph 4. Letter E, the expulsion, death, insolvency, or civil interdiction of a partner. So kung namatay yung partner, pwedeng madidissolve na yan because kung may na-expel na partner or merong naging insolvent, that will affect the capitalization of the partnership, that will affect yung operations ng partnership. So kaya we characterize a partnership as having a limited life and can be easily dissolved because maraming factors na pwedeng mangyari doon sa mismong partner na makakaapekto doon sa business existence ng partnership. So this is just a backgrounder on us to appreciate a partnership, a review of what a partnership is, yung mga natutunan mo before we proceed to the formal accounting for the partnership formation. Next, unlimited liability. Each partner, including the industrial ones, may be held personally liable for the partnership debt after the partnership assets have been exhausted. Ito yung dinidiscuss ko kanina. If a partner is personally insolvent, his share in the partnership debt shall be assumed by the other solvent partners. So a partnership in which all partners are individually liable is called a general partnership. So kung lahat ay unlimited ang kanilang liability, hence, it is called a general partnership. A partnership in which at least one partner is personally liable is called a limited partnership. So kung iisa, at least one partner is personally liable, hindi lahat ay liable on up to their personal properties, it is called a limited partnership. So a limited liability partnership usually has LLP in its name. Kaya nilalagay yung LLP on its name is it is a caveat, or it is a caution for everyone in the public to know na you are transacting with a limited partnership. So there are possibilities na hindi ka makakolekta diyan because of hindi lahat ng partners niyan ay liable up to their personal properties when all the partnership assets have been exhausted. So yun. Next, let us look at the advantages and disadvantages of a partnership na somehow ay na-touch na on the last slides. The ease of formation is an advantage because kung gusto mo mag-put up ng business, you can easily form a partnership with your peers. Next, the shared responsibility of running the business. The flexibility in the decision making can be because of mutual agency. Several partners can decide for the partnership. Next, the greater capital compared to sole proprietorship. Yes, because you are involving more than one individual in the business. Relative lack of regulation by the government as compared to corporations. Yes, it is also regulated by the government, but as compared to the legal uh, legal implications or the documents needed by corporations, uh, it is kung merong relative lack of regulation sa partnership. Kumbaga, mas mahigpit when you are a corporation. Next, the disadvantages. The limited life. It can easily be dissolved. It has unlimited liability. So this is a disadvantage for the partnership, for the partners, because imagine yung imagine the liability can extend up to your personal assets. So pwedeng yung mga napaghirapan mo on your personal capacity can be used to pay the liabilities of the partnership if you are a general partner. Conflict among partners. So the conflict because you are involving more than one person in the management of the company. It involves various ideas. So, iba't ibang personalities yan. So, there can be conflicts in the operations. It is lesser compared to a corporation. This is erroneous. It should be lesser capital compared to a corporation. This is a disadvantage on the point of view of the partnership because mas malaki ang capital, mas malaking range or volume of operations ang kaya nating i-put into operations. So, this has become a disadvantage. A partnership other than a general professional partnership is taxed like a corporation. So, it is a disadvantage because kahit na pa ikaw ay partnership lang, hindi ka naman corporation, you are being taxed as a corporation because sa rules ng sa ating tax code ay the treatment for partnerships and corporations are alike. However, there are special provisions for general professional partnership. Okay, let's look at the accounting for partnership. Let us establish this. The conceptual framework for financial reporting in the PFRSS, yung Philippine Financial Reporting Standards, are applicable to all reporting entities regardless of the type of the organization. So, walang sinasabi doon kung anong klaseng organization ka, ito ang standards for you. The main distinction lies on the accounting for equity. So let us look at this. The main distinction lies on the accounting for equity. Anong sinasabi dun sa equity? Di ba, the basic accounting equation is assets is equal to liabilities plus equity. The assets and the liabilities are treated the same whether you are a partnership or a corporation. However, the accounting for equity is different when you are accounting for partnerships. Later on, you will appreciate this when you use the terms B capital, partner A capital, drawings, the drawings accounts should comply with relevant provisions of the Civil Code of the Philippines. So there are appropriate relevant provisions of the Civil Code na i-insert natin from time to time on our discussion. Okay. How do we account for the equity of the partnership? So, the major considerations in accounting for equity of the partnerships are, so nandito pa lang tayo sa formation. This discussion or first module is on the formation. We account for the initial investments to the partnership. So, halimbawa, nag-agree kayo ni partner A, B, and C ngayon. Then, the next day, kung magkano yung i-invest ng bawat isa na napag-agrihan ninyo, we account for that. How do we recognize it in the books of the partnership? So, andito tayo sa point kung saan sinisimulan pa lang yung pag-establish ng partnership assets or partnership capital. Next, operations, we divide for the profits or losses while after we proceed, after we operate, we look at the profits and losses, the performance of the partnership. Next, dissolution, admission of new partner and withdrawal, retirement, or death of a partner, di ba? Yung kung mag-a-admit ng new partner, you have to dissolve the old partnership and then create a new partnership. Kung may magwi-withdraw naman ng kanyang investment, you have to dissolve and then you have to form again. Kapag may magre-retire o merong namatay na partner, so ganon ang condition ang partnership. Once there are major changes in the partnership, you have to dissolve and then you have uh, to to form a new partnership again. So how do we look at, how do we account for those transactions? How do we account for those events? So yun yung di-discuss natin naman sa partnership dissolution. Sa liquidation naman, winding up of the affairs, partnership liquidation. If the partners have decided not to continue or to stop the operations of the partnership because of justifiable reasons or reasonable grounds, then we wind up the affair. So how do we account yung partnership liquidation? So for this module, we will be focusing on formation. So inintroduce lang natin yung mga several discussions on the next modules: operations, dissolution, and liquidation. So formation, a contract of partnership is consensual. So the meeting of the minds between partners, between two or more individuals. It can be constituted in any form such as oral or written. Kaya nga ang sinasabi diyan, basta nag-agree kayo, kahit yan ay walang kasulatan, basta the requisites of the contract between those individuals making a agreement ay pwede nang i-consider as a partnership. It can be constituted in any form, whether oral or written. So pwedeng verbal lang yung agreement, but it can be a partnership. However, di ba ang sabi kanina, the partnership, the relevant provisions of the civil code should be used in analyzing accounting for partnerships. However, ang sabi dito sa general rule natin, it can be constituted in any form such as oral or written. However, as sinabi or in-specify mismo sa Articles 1771 and 1772 of the Civil Code, which requires that the partnership agreement must be made in a public instrument. Ibig sabihin, in writing na ito kasi nasa public instrument and recorded with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Recorded ba daw sa isang government agency na tinatawag na Securities and Exchange Commission kapag immovable property or real rights are contributed to partnership. So, ibig sabihin, kung halimbawa, nag-contribute ng land, nag-contribute ng building, so those are immovable properties, those have real rights contributed to the partnership. Kahit magkano pa ang amount nitong item letter I, itong number 1 na ito, kahit magkano pa ang amount niyan, you have to constitute the partnership into a written agreement via a public instrument and recorded in the SEC. Next, when the partnership has a capital of 3,000 or more. So, ibig sabihin, a partnership na may capital daw na 3,000 or more, i-register mo na. O, imagine mo, meron pa bang partnership na magkakaroon ng capital less than 3,000? So, more or less, halos lahat o lahat, or I think it can be said that lahat ng partnership should be registered in the SEC and be made in a public instrument. This is or. So, kahit isa lang dyan. Dito pa lang sa 3,000 or more, halos wala nang papasok ng 3,000, wala nang papasok ng below 3,000. So, more or less, halos lahat ay naka-public instrument at naka-Securities and Exchange Commission na. Next, Article 1773 further requires an inventory of any immovable property contributed to the partnership signed by the parties and attached to the public instrument. Otherwise, the partnership is deemed void. Okay. A partnership's legal existence begins from the execution of the contract unless otherwise stipulated. Okay, that is self-comprehensible. Okay, next, the valuation. We look at the valuation of the contribution of the partners. Okay, I think I have to end this discussion for the valuation of contribution of partners. Kumbaga, in-establish muna natin yung concepts natin related to partnership, and then later, i-discuss ko na kung paano bang i-value yung mga amounts ng mga kinontribute na capital. For example, nag-contribute ka ng equipment, magkano ba dapat yan i-record sa books ng partnership? Nag-contribute ka ng cash, magkano ba dapat yan? Nag-contribute ka ng inventory, magkano ba dapat yan? Is it at fair value or at the lower of the cost or net realizable value? Nag-contribute ka ng investment, ganun. So we look at the valuation of the contribution of partners at the partnership formation. I think I will be discussing that on the second part of the discussion video because medyo mahaba na yung naging discussion natin dito. So I think you have to proceed with the second part of the discussion for partnership formation. Thank you.